So with the Paragon rework, namely the change that basically cut the Dart Paragon's price in half, I wanted to try a challenge to see if it was possible to afford the cheaper Dart Paragon in Chimps mode in a reasonable enough time. Reasonable as in not super deep into free play, like say around 300 for example. I don't want to get it that late. Now of course, first to answer the question, is it even possible to afford a Paragon in Chimps mode now? Because if you didn't know, I say now because this update, they had a massive nerf to deep free play Chimps mode. By nerf, I mean a bug fix. Basically, before, temples were able to stack their cash multiplier, which allowed you to save up an insane amount in Chimps, and then thus allowed you to get to rounds like 400. Absolutely absurd. It took them a very long time, but alas, they finally fixed that bug this update. Kinda unfortunately, at least for the purpose of this challenge. Otherwise, it would have been pretty easy to get up. So as it stands, quite obviously, you can't afford a Paragon in the normal Chimps rounds, as in before around 100, because you make like 178k. Dart Paragon costs 162, but add into the tier 5 costs, and you're looking at about a little bit over 250,000 for the Dart Paragon overall. And 250,000 is probably something you can only get in by around 120 or so. So I think ideally, I'd like to aim for before 140, before the preset rounds end. That sounds like a nice goal. If not, otherwise the goal is just to afford it as soon as possible. Because even without the cash bug, it still was possible to afford a Paragon, even at its non-buffed cost, like at 300k originally. I did the research, and yes, I can confirm that has been done before, but never before has it been done so early. Of course, the only reason it's possible this early now is because of that Paragon price cut, but okay, moving on. Let's talk about strategy, I guess. For starters, since I am gonna get it anyways, I should just work on all tier 5 Dart Monkeys. Which one do I want to cross from Master? How about this one? This seems like a decent spot. I am, of course, going to buy more than the bare minimum because just the tier 5 darts alone can't save up 160k. You need to get support for it. But I think it's gonna be fairly smooth, thanks to the middle path Dart Monkey. The Plasma Monkey fan club is very good if you pair it with buffs. The only problem is that I don't want to spend too much money on buffs, otherwise, again, I won't afford it in a reasonable enough time. But however you know, a super buff Plasma Monkey fan club goes hard in the paint, so that's why I have already dropped 4 donkeys down. I'm going to try to cram as many under this village as possible. I will make sure to get primary mentoring first so that all these Dart Monkeys are now upgrade. Will save a little bit of money, not having to buy tier 1s of them. I am also going to leave one spot open here, right over here. I'm going to put a Dart Monkey up here instead, just because in case I want to add another support tower, because obviously Dart Monkeys don't have any support to them. And support is the key to making a high rounded chimps. Basically, either getting, I'm thinking an Impale, or Super Glue. One of those two just to stall blimps, give the Dart Monkeys more time to pop things. And then level 20 Zealy is there, of course, to deal with bad, so I'm not too worried about that. The way things are looking, I'll probably waste a little bit more money on getting another primary mentoring on the other side, just because I can't fit all 20 darts for the Plasma Monkey fan club. Here's Cross for Master, though, should get us through the early game. Again, here's another 402. Let me also go ahead and turn, I guess, this Dart Monkey into the U-Jug. I'm not even going to bother spend the 175 to get the full crosspath on it, because it's pretty useless in the late game. It's going to be doing like 0.1% of damage compared to the Crossmaster and the Plants of Fan Club. Speaking of which, let's get working on turning, I guess, this one into it. By the way, Dart Monkeys were already able to solo Chimps mode even years back, so this you're seeing right now should come as no surprise. There's our axis of Dart Monkey now, with pretty much no difficulty, all the way up to round 88. Let me also upgrade all these Dart Monkeys now to 010s. I'm undecided which crosspath I want on all of them, because the thing is, there's actually some debate. Range obviously gives you range on the Zero Monkey, so more opportunity to do damage to a Strong Blue, for example. But the Pierce does actually make a difference. So for now, I'll just sit on the fence on all of them. Probably should just do 0202, but we'll see. Also, I am sensing a lack of camo detection, because both these villages don't have the camo. I guess I'll probably just do a sub at some point. And that point I think is now, round 95. Sounds about right. I guess I might as well get my support option now since I'm just sitting on the money. I probably could just use it to beat rounds like this easily, so I think in terms of the Impale versus Super Glue debate, I'm gonna go Super Glue because I think I need a MIB if I go for the Impale. Or I would have to go 205. So here's Super Glue. Hopefully I don't regret this decision. I will still have to use Fan Club because I guess this doesn't do anything against Super Ceramic. So I'm thinking I might need even more than this because Fan Clubs are really weak if you don't have the plus damage givers. As I said, a super buffed Plasma Fan Club goes hard in the paint, but a non-super buff one kind of blows. That's probably why a lot of people think the Plasma sucks, because they don't think of buffing it a lot. But if you give something as simple as like a +1 or +2 damage buff, then it makes a world of a difference. It should be enough to beat this bad without giving any plus damage. Nice. But yeah, I was also thinking if this wasn't enough, I would go for a Glue Storm. Global +2 damage at all times. And yes, it does stack with Super Glue in a way. As in, I mean, it won't interfere like too badly. That's why I still went for Super Glue and might go for Glue Storm. Alright, Plasma Fan Club's gonna need some heavy use this round especially. I think I'll go ahead and cross-pat some of them right now. I think the ones that have good real estate or in the summer map should be the Pierce. Like, for example, these two. These three should be Pierce. Honestly, I think most of them should be Pierce. Like, look at these dance rounds here. There's no way I'm beating it if I don't buy Pierce in these guys. Also, I'm dead, right? I don't have the ability in time. Yes, I am dead. Okay, I think I should just go for my Glue Storm. It's needed. They also changed the Glue Storm this update, by the way, so that you don't have to buy 250 to affect mobs. I think in that case, it might be worth it to go for 052, because then these cerams that come out of the mobs are even slower. Yep, stalls long enough that we can get the Fan Club up again, and we don't have full uptime quite with the P-Man's Ring, but I think it should be good enough. 90% uptime, I'll take it. Also, don't mind me as I finish off buying every single free upgrade here. I think this one would be a range. These two as well. Other than that, those three, everything else is Pierce. Also, are we dead? We're close to dead. I had to use Hex there. I think I might need to even do a Fan Club, just to, like, cover the downtime that we have on the Plasma currently. I did the math. I'm also missing one more Dart Monkey. So here, this one will be ranged since it's in a weird spot. And I think we can basically start straight up saving now. Again, that is after getting a second Fan Club, but for now, I'll just try to time my abilities well and see if it's possible to somehow make it with only a singular Fan Club. If I juggle my abilities well enough, it should be easily doable, pun intended. But I should definitely be using Hex. We'll use it now. Combo it for Fan Club's active so that we're guaranteed to pop some layers down and have Hex actually do something. Let's see. Oh, I could use Fan Club this round. Uh-oh, we're dying. We're about to leak. It's not good that, like, it's already this close. This early on. We still need 100 more K to save up for. Also, in the meantime, I did some quick number crunching, and this is not good. I'm not gonna get this Star Paragon before round 140. Because cash gain, apparently, you know, drops off significantly. Especially after 122. So if I want to afford Star Paragon, earliest is probably like the mid 140s, the way it's currently standing. Again, the good news for us still is that we have a lot of power we can gain just by spending very little amounts of money. Like, I don't know why I'm saving all this, but it does add up. It's like $5,000 if I cross-path all of them, which, I mean, you never know. Also, the lack of camo hurts a lot more than I thought, because I'm upgrading these to Pierce, the only way it detects camo is if this sub ends up decamoing. So I might even need to spend 2,700 on instantly decamoing DTs, because I noticed during, like, some of the DT rounds, we were not having a good time, straight up. Some of the DTs got decamoed very late, because they get faster and faster, and a 300 sub does not tick fast enough to, unfortunately, get all of them. So just keeping that in mind. Another 2.7k I gotta spend. We are now a little bit past halfway save of Dark Paragon. This round, I probably did some bad timing, didn't I? Yep, I'm gonna need to restart and probably combo everything. Okay, so let's wait for this. Glue Storm now. Fan Club now and Hex. And come on, please beat everything before the Fan Club runs out. Close enough. If there's just a couple of specs, then, I mean, we still have to cross the Master. I completely forgot about that. U-Jug here actually has a lot more damage than I expected, but that might just be because it's very front of the track. 1.5 though versus 3 million. Maybe it is worth it buying very quick shots here. Boy, am I frugal. And you know what here? I think I will buy U-Jug. At least very quick shots. It's worth the 175. Almost certainly. Here's what I'm talking about, by the way. DDT is. Notice some of them Don't get decamoed until the second go around, which is pretty late by these standards. Definitely a problem for 128. Let's use Fan Club late. And then Hex if I need to. Okay, never mind. We're fine. We're fine. Maybe there's a chance we can get away with only this 300 sub, but 138 is going to be a tough cookie, my guess. Round 130. Jeez, how did I die there? Might have something to do with that 300 sub whiffing. And also the fact that Fan Club wore out. I guess I'll use Hex here just to squeeze in a little bit of DPS if that helps. Come on. Nope, that DT is just running on by. Super Glue is getting... It's getting cock blocked, I think, because it's right on top of the track. Maybe a bad idea to put it there. All right, let me use Fan Club very, very late. That means it tails into pretty much all of 130. Yep, there we go. That's how you beat it. And with that, we are very close, approaching very close to the 6-figure cash mark. Fan Club again, Hex, and there it is officially, 100,000. Still, that only puts us like 60% of the way there. Okay, how do I beat 132 here? I feel like getting Fan Club is inevitable. Come on, I'm 1 second off. Got it? Nope, leaked the SRAM. All right, I think I'm just gonna go for at least 1 to alleviate some pressure. Now back down to the 5-digit mark, sadly. But this is much needed. Like, it's not even the fact that these are not fully cross-path yet. We just need something to catch all these Moabs while they're making their way through. And you see, yep, now it's back up, and then we can just combo all these to end off 132. Man, I don't know how I feel about this. I'm still $60,000 short. So that mid-140 estimate might be closer to 150. It's really important to get it before 150, because once you pass 150, there's a scaling modifier, which just goes absolutely crazy. So if I make it that long with this defense, then I'm almost certainly going to die by then, sadly. And now let's see how I want to tackle round 138 here. Let's wait for a late Fan Club, I guess, until Super Glue can't hold no more, and then combo. It's really just a Super Glue problem. As long as it holds the line against all the incoming DTs, we should be good. We just gotta keep up the DPS. That's why we got a Fan Club. Nope. Fan Club is actually way weaker. Not even close. Oh no, this is really bad. I might need 2 Fan Clubs to get through this alive. There's just not enough DPS, even if I use Hex. Come on. It ain't there. It ain't there. I don't know. How about some attack speed upgrades on some of the Fan Clubs? Maybe that'll make our current Fan Club transformation stronger. Who knows? I definitely feel it being stronger, but it's nowhere near enough. Crap. I think I just might have to go deeper into free play than I expected at this point. And if I had known that, I probably would have planned a little bit better. Like, for example, get a Super Riddle in a better spot than currently here. Because right now I used up all the good real estate. So this run might have to take a restart. Ideally, no, but I'll see if I can salvage it. Salvaging is never good, though. But who knows? Maybe the +1 in this corner will also help it a little bit. As well as, again, the 2 Fan Clubs. If I fall behind, I'll combo my second one now, I think. Still too late, sadly. Sadly, looking pretty bleak. I'm going to go ahead and add a Reactor 2. Because I don't see a way without getting all this stuff here. Even with the Reactor, it just not have enough DPS. If you use 2 Fan Clubs at once, it does also stack, but nope. Alright, one last attempt here, but I think I'm just going to reset and plan out a whole new strategy.
A few moments later.
And now lo and behold, the new strategy. Instead of going for Super Glue, I think I just opted for the best support slash stall option. Even though it's 30k more expensive, Balloon Crush, I think it's worth it. As you can see, now we can even survive up to 129 without even dropping Glue Storm yet. But those are things I will add along with Super Riddle, if needed. And if in the end we do end up needing to draw more towers, then I guess we have to move the goalposts instead of avoiding this before 140 or even 150. I don't mind going to, at most, maybe around 200. Because it low-key might be easier to just super buff the Plasma Monkey Fan Club an insane amount. And that's still able to save it more than if we didn't buy those upgrades completely. But so far this strategy is looking good. It beats everything except bads. Not just the knockback, but what makes Bloon Crush so good is that it has like 6 times the pierce of the Super Glue. And that also allows me to skip out on getting Fan Club. So even though it's 30k more expensive, it might end up being like only 15k if you include the cost to buy Fan Club. And would you look at that? We're going into 130 with basically the same amount of money as last time. So let's just wait as long as possible, as late as possible for the Fan Club now. And by the time the Plasma runs out, I think the round should be over with. Nice, first try. Yeah, if I had to try to salvage that first run, then we would probably still be stuck at that 138 even then. And round 140 is easy. Pretty much, again, any bats can be killed by a Zealy, so I think you can save from here. Have you heard about our Lord and Savior, the Bloon Crush? Unfortunately, this round is 3 bats, so I don't know if I get 3 Azili Hexes in time. Well, actually, I didn't need 3 Azili Hexes, but 2 of them did the job. Nice. And now, if not for the speed hack, we would have had to wait painfully for the round to end, but luckily, we have a bit of speed going on. Under $50,000 to go now. If I had to guess, probably round 160 or so before we end up dying here. Oh, this round's really dense. Again, so far, still nothing that the 64 Pierce Bloon Crush can't handle. And once you get the Paragon money, we're just gonna let it rip. We're not even gonna bother with the Paragon slider. I think we have enough. We don't have enough tiers put in to up the degree, but I think the amount of pops we're gonna get, like on the Dart Monkeys, is already going to be enough for us to get a sizable Paragon degree. And oh boy, did Bloon Crush just get Pierce capped? I think it did. Oh, that's not good. And even worse, I'm 1 second short of getting my fan club. You have got to be shitting me. Just the perfect storm of everything that had to go wrong. I used my ability right before the round ended, so resetting it means it's gone. I basically moved my Azili Hex to be in first. Come on. Okay, cool. That saved us. That saved us. Just a little bit of Hex damage goes a long way, because now with my second Hex, I can just use this to one-shot the bad. Okay, somehow I still died. Oh, right. It's still getting Pierce capped. Not exactly sure what I gotta do against all these mobs here. Maybe by some miracle, this time we get the fan club before we get Pierce capped. Okay. Looks like restarting it changed our fortune. And then let's make sure to Hex to guarantee no more insides. Multiplied like crazy. And I think we have come out of 151 unscathed, but yeah, pretty scary. On the bright side, the round being this dense means we're gonna make a lot of cash money from it. Now we're just $18,000 away, 17,000. Okay, now fortified DTs are kicking my ass. I'm dead to the very next round, man. Again, you hate for it to happen this close to the Paragon. I guess what I gotta do is use the first fan club earlier, so I get fan club number 2 earlier as well. Damn, even that, no, it's the Bloon Crush getting Pierce Cap instantly. Alright, again, this time, I used Hex again on first. And this run looks good. Azili back and strong for the next Hex. Now, Crossbow Master, please hold this Rams, please hold this Rams. Hex on the bad. And here we go, yet another round that we have to spend multiple attempts on. Now, just a couple more grueling rounds to go. Right on the 150k mark. How hard is this round here? Lots of DTs that I am going to die to again. Again, this time I had the Hex on first, so now the bats are really pushing on us. I don't know if we got another Hex before the other bats leak, but this is concerning. Yeah, 153 might be the hardest one yet. So many mobs popping at once. Yikes. Okay, never mind. This time, we caught all the DTs, and now I just have to make sure I don't die to all the fortified ZMGs that are gonna pop, while also juggling Hex. Come on. Alright, everything looks good so far. I think the problem is if fan club times out when there's a lot of mobs, then we're screwed, but luckily, I think we did okay this time. And now, under $10,000 left. This round is not that scary, luckily. Ah, crap. I spoke too soon. I think we're dead. Alright, let's see what we can do here, because there is a wave of bats here, or DTs, but then there's another wave of fortifieds after that I won't have fan club for. Yeah, I don't know. That's such a long wave. I can maybe stall 10 seconds for the fan club, but that looks doubtful. I don't think I can stall 10 seconds though. Here's the problem. Bloon Crush just can't catch the... If it can't catch DTs, it doesn't do anything. I am now incredibly desperate, so I am going to try a Bloon Sabotage for the FDTs here. Maybe, just maybe 15 seconds of half speed is enough. And it doesn't cost too much either. I'm only 20k short now. It just timed out, and I am dead to 1 DT. Alright, come on again. Timed out now, which is bad. But maybe just the Expo Master again can take care of the rest. Please. 2 left, 3 left, 2 left, 1. Fan club bump again, and holy. I'm not too happy with that, because now I just made negative money this round. That's a rip. Oh, great. Now we're at the point where there's so many F-pads or bads that they're gonna kill me, even while hexing everything. Well, I barely survived that time, but that's a yikes. Thankfully for us, the last couple rounds were easy. Holy crap. If we beat next round, then I think it's actually affordable. Please, RNG, do not screw me over. I'll do anything for RNG to not F us right now. Come on. $2,000 to go. All I gotta do is get the Paragon. I don't care if it's worse than the fan club right now. It probably isn't because I don't have a lot of buffs on it. But I just want to get the money. And this round, thankfully, again, is very easy. I guess that Sabo was really helpful. Or rather, just RNG, maybe. But here we go. $500. Yep, the money is there this round. Just one more hex. And which one should we turn it into? I guess the one in the middle. How many pops are we looking at? We're actually, I think we are at 16.2. Hallelujah. Sure, let's use this fan club too to get us right there. And let's get it. $0 sacrifice. And what degree do we get? El Sabo, just so I don't die in the downtime. 72. Cool. Honestly, I thought the journey to that was going to be a lot easier than it ended up being. It's never a fun time when the difficulty of a challenge takes you by surprise, but... yes, this is much, much better. Now we have some actual DPS to beat FDDTs. Or rather, just something to clear the density for the Bloon Crush to be able to not get Pierce Capped here. So I'm just gonna run it. We've already made it so far. Might as well see how far this defense can survive for. Now that we got the Paragon. Unfortunately, its bad damage still leaves a lot to be desired, so... I'm thinking if we get a very unlucky round where Hex can't do all of it, that would probably do us in. 167 here. Might be the end. Okay, I guess I can use Sabo. I might as well just use whatever I have on the field. Just to help me survive, but I guess the scaling is so OP that not even the Dart Paragon can relieve us of all this pressure. What an early round. Almost dead. Dead now. Last try. This is a better time, Sabo. And I do have 40k, but I'm not going to bother with it. And okay, better time, Sabo. Does the job. Okay, we might have just reached the end of the line here. I've used Hex every single time possible. JK. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. We survived a lot longer with this Dart Paragon than I expected. 179. And we're already back to the 6 digits, almost. Maybe this round might do us in. Late Hex. I don't know if that's gonna pop in time. Barely. Okay, I think it's definitely Jover this time. 4 bats remaining, nowhere near enough hexing. I don't think. Right? Nope. I don't get the hex in time. 185 is going to be the end. Oh, wait. A couple more seconds of survival here. Damn. It's actually going to be the last bat that does us in. GG, though. Again, I know I have 130k, but not gonna lie, I'm pooped. Overall, finishing off at a total pop count of 112 million. Galaxy 95 million. Not bad for a day's work.